Hello, welcome everyone. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank PMI for giving me this opportunity here at Project Edge. This is such a nice platform where we are exploring wide range of project management topics from leadership and strategy to latest technologies and innovation. If you have not already, I strongly recommend and encourage you to check out other sessions and talks on Project Edge. There is so much valuable content that has been posted by brilliant minds across PM community, and I guarantee you will walk away with insights that will elevate your practice. Now let me ask you something. How many of you have spent more time rescheduling a project than actually executing it? I know that feeling. We all have been there. Staring at our planning charts, like wondering where are things going off track. Today, we are going to talk about that genuinely transform the way you lead projects. Smart scheduling with AI. This is not about replacing your expertise, it is about amplifying it. Let's dive in. A little bit about me before we get started. I come from consulting and program delivery world. I have led large scale enterprise transformations where scheduling was not just a task. It was a lifeline of the entire program. Over the years, I have seen what separates successful project deliveries from the ones that are not. It comes down how well we manage time. Recently, I have been deeply started exploring how AI can revolutionize the way we schedule, plan, and execute. And I'm here to share those insights with you all people. Think of me as your fellow PM who has been in this trenches and found a better way forward. Now, here is our roadmap. We will start by understanding why scheduling is truly a superpower, not just a checkbox exercise, but it is a strategic advantage. Then we will jump into exciting part AI in action. I'll show you real examples of how AI is changing the scheduling game right now. And after that, we will look ahead at the future of smart scheduling and where this technology is headed. And finally, we will wrap up the session with key takeaways you can apply to your projects starting tomorrow. So, buckle up, this is going to be an engaging ride for sure. Let me tell you why I call scheduling a superpower. Think about your last project. Was scheduling a living, breathing tool that guided decisions? Or was it a dusty document nobody looked at it after a week? Here is the truth, right? Scheduling is a strategic control, it's how you see around the corners. I once worked with a PM who managed 200% cloud migration. Her schedule was not just dates and milestones, it was her early warning systems. She could spot a delay 3 weeks before it happened. That's the power we are talking about. Poor scheduling, it's a silent killer of the projects. It leads to scope creep, burned out teams, and blown budgets. But strong scheduling, it gives you confidence, clarity, and control. And when you add AI to the mix, you are not just managing time, you are mastering it actually. Let's look at how dramatically the scheduling landscape is shifting from traditional scheduling to smart scheduling. Traditional scheduling is consisting of critical path method, manual adjustments, assumptions based on what happened 3 projects ago that served us well for decades. But let's be honest, it has limits. Here is a real example. Imagine you are running an agile transformation across 5 teams. With traditional CPM, you are manually updating dependencies every sprint. One delay cascades everywhere, and by the time you spot it, you have already lost 2 weeks. Now, picture smart scheduling, predictive analysis, flagging, that risks before the sprint even starts. Real time adjustments happening automatically. A system that learns from every sprint retrospective. That's not a science fiction, that's what is available for us today. The shift from reactive to proactive. Scheduling is the biggest leap in project management since Agile itself. Now let's get into real about the challenges we face every single day. Raise your hand if at all you have ever had a week where you spend more time in meetings than doing actual work. That's scheduling complexity and overload. And it's epidemic in our industry. Now, here is a scenario. Every PM knows you have got a critical design review on Thursday. Thursday, right? Monday morning, three stakeholders reschedule. Now, your design review depends on inputs that won't be ready. The one reschedule just created a domino effect across your entire sprint. Or think about those meetings with no clear agenda. Everyone leaves confused, and what happens? Another meeting gets scheduled to discuss what was discussed. It's a vicious circle, right? The good news, AI driven scheduling solutions can break this cycle. They automate time selection, respect everyone's constraints, and even help design outcome driven agendas. Imagine reclaiming even 20% of your meeting time. What would you do with those extra hours every week? Now, what does smart scheduling actually mean? I love this framework. S schedules align to scope and outcomes, not dates, but purpose driven timelines. M plans, powered by data and models, right? No more gut feel estimates. A timelines that adopts to change because let's face it, no plan survives first contact with reality. Risks identified before impact that stands R stands for that. Proactive but not reactive. T stands for time optimized for reliable delivery. Every hour counts. Here is a quick example. A PM running an ERP implementation used this framework and reduced schedule variance by 35%. How? By aligning every milestone to a business outcome using historical data for estimates, building flex into timeline, and running weekly risk simulations. That's smart scheduling in action. And AI makes every one of these pillars stronger. Alright, this is where it gets really exciting. We are moving into AI powered section. Everything we talked about so far, the challenges, the smart framework, AI takes all of it and supercharges it. Get ready to see what's possible when machine intelligence meets project management expertise. Let's go. Let me walk you through the four pillars of how AI enables smart scheduling. First is machine learning insights. AI analyzes your past projects, not just timelines, but team velocity, bottleneck patterns, even seasonal productive dips. A PM I know running IT infra projects discovered through ML analysis that his team's velocity dropped 40% during quarter end reporting periods. He now builds that into every schedule automatically. Second, predictive risk management. Instead of waiting for a risk to materialize, AI forecasts them. Imagine getting an alert based on current velocity and dependency patterns. Milestone X has 73% chance of slipping by 5 days. That's actionable intelligence, right? Third, optimization algorithms. These evaluate thousands of combination of time and evaluate thousands of combination of cost, time and resources to recommend and the best path forward. Think of it as having a scheduling genius working 24 by 7 for you. And fourth scenario is simulation. You can test what if scenarios without touching your live schedule. What if we add two more developers? What if the vendors deliver a week late? You get answers in seconds, not days. That's the power of AI enabled scheduling. Now, with great power comes great responsibility, and that absolutely applies to AI in project management. Let me share some practical use case first. In IT migration projects, AI can sequence hundreds of server moves by analyzing dependencies and risk profiles, something that would take a team weeks to do manually. In agile and hybrid projects, AI helps balance sprint capacity across teams in real time. And here is an example, but powerful one: email to meeting coordination. AI reads an email thread, identifies that a meeting is needed, suggests participants, time, and even an agenda. But here is the critical part: governance. You need to trust frameworks, clear accountability, and sensitivity to what data AI can access. A project manager at financial services firm told me she always applies the trust before verify rule. She lets AI draft the schedule, but she reviews every critical path dependency herself. That's the balanced approach we should all aspire to. Smart scheduling tools. Let's take a quick look at some of the tools that are making smart scheduling a reality today. The landscape is evolving rapidly from AI powered project management platforms to intelligent calendar assistants. What matters is not which specific tool you pick, it's how you integrate AI scheduling into your workflow. Think about your current toolset. Where are the friction points? Where do you spend the most manual effort? That's where you have to start. A PM managing a portfolio of 12 projects told me she saved 8 hours a week just by implementing AI driven meeting scheduling across her teams. 8 hours? That's an entire workday reclaimed for strategic thinking and stakeholder management. I want to be transparent with you about the risks. Because if at all you're going to adopt AI, we need to do with eyes wide open. Blind acceptance is the number one pitfall I see. An AI suggests a schedule and the PM accepts it without question. I have seen this happen. A project manager blindly accepted an AI generated timeline that did not count for key team members' vacation. The result, a critical deliverable was assigned to someone who was not even in the country. Overscheduling is another trap. AI can fill every empty slot in your calendar, but just because it can does not mean it should. Your team needs breathing room, right? Buffer time is not waste, it's resilience and validation. Always validate AI generated summaries and decisions against your own PM expertise. Remember, AI is a brilliant assistant, but you are the project leader. Your judgment, your relationships, your understanding of team dynamics, that's irreplaceable. Use AI as a power tool, not as an autopilot. Now, here is something super practical you can use right away: AI prompts examples for project managers. Think about it. The quality of what you get from AI depends entirely on how you ask. Instead of saying make a schedule, try something like given a 6-month ERP implementation with 3 work streams and 2 external vendors, create a milestone schedule with risk buffers and dependency mapping. Or for daily use, analyze my calendar for next week and identify scheduling conflicts with critical project deadlines. Here's one I actually love for retrospectives. Based on our last 3 sprint velocity reports, predict the likelihood of completing the remaining backlog by the release date. The more specific and context rich your prompts, the more powerful the output is. Think of prompt writing as new project management skill because it is absolutely needed. Future of smart scheduling. Let's look ahead. Where is smart scheduling taking us? The biggest shift from reactive to autonomous. Imagine a system that does not just alert you to delay. It automatically adjusts the downstream schedule, notifies affected stakeholders, and proposes the three recovery options ranked by impact. That's where we are headed. AI co-pilots will become standard for PMs, like having brilliant analysts sitting next to you 24 by 7, crunching numbers, spotting patterns, and whispering insights in your ear. Digital twins at the portfolio scale, you will be able to simulate entire program with all the interdependencies before making a single commitment. And predictive governance dashboards will give leadership real time visibility into risks and forecasts. No more waiting for the monthly status report to find out something that has gone wrong 3 weeks ago. The future of scheduling is not smart, it's transformative. From email to meeting. Here's one of my practical examples: turning emails into meetings. We all have been in this situation. A long email thread goes back and forth, and someone finally says, "Let's just set up a call." Then what happens? Another 10 emails to find a time that works. AI can shortcut the entire process. It reads the email context, understands the intent, identify who needs to be in the meeting, suggests optimal times based on everyone's availability, and even drafts an agenda from the discussion points in the thread. But here is the key: the PM always has the final say. You review, you edit, you approve. A project manager running a multi vendor integration tool told me this single feature reduced our meeting coordination time for 2 hours a day to 15 minutes. That's the kind of efficiency gain that compounds across AI, and that can be you. Key takeaways. Let's bring it all together with key takeaways. First, scheduling is not an administrative task, it is your most strategic tool as a project manager. Own it. Second, AI strategic tool as a project manager cannot replace your judgment, it amplifies it. Third, adopt AI responsibly, validate, govern, and always keep the human in the loop. Fourth, start small. You don't need to overhaul everything. Pick one area: meeting, scheduling, risk forecasting, resource optimization, and let AI prove its value. And finally, the future belongs to PMs who embrace these tools. The project managers who thrive in the next decade will be the ones who master the partnership between human expertise and AI intelligence. That can be you, and that should be you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and energy today. I hope you are leaving here feeling inspired and equipped to bring smart scheduling into your projects. Remember, every great project starts with great schedule, and now you have the tools to make your extraordinary. I'd love to hear about your experience as you start applying these ideas. Feel free to connect with me. I'm always up for a conversation about project management and AI. Now go out there and schedule like superheroes you are. Thank you once again, everyone. Let's keep this conversation going. Connect with me and share smart scheduling wins. The best is yet to come. Thank you.